The nonprofit organization we worked with was the Scott Key Center in Frederick, Maryland, where they provide employment opportunities for adults with developmental disabilities. At the Scott Key Center, the employees perform various jobs such as tea packaging, rain barrel production, mailing services, art, and horticulture. During our first visit to the Scott Key Center, we were shown all the stations where these jobs took place. We noticed that in the greenhouse they had an abundance of poinsettias. These plants are in high demand from the Scott Key Center during the fall, which is why they produce so many. Something that stood out for us was that our client, Janice, was the only one at the Scott Key Center who could effectively water these poinsettias. And even she required some assistance with the use of a hose. The main reason she required assistance was because of the fragility of those poinsettias. We learned that the poinsettia is a unique plant in that its petals have the special property to change colors to those around it, and that to protect the flower, the petals and leaves cannot be wet. Thus, we saw a problem that needed fixing, because a plant in such high demand during the fall could open up job opportunities for many workers at the Scott Key Center, not just Janice alone. The hardest thing for Janice to do was to find the pot through all the foliage without wetting the plants. So for our device, we had focused on making a device that acted as a funnel. We had it staked down into the soil by a nail through a PVC pipe. At the ends of the PVC pipe, to avoid overflow and maximize the surface area at which the water hits the soil, there is a hole on each side of the pipe. We attempted to have this design with many types of funnels. The larger, protruding type funnel proved to be most useful because it prevented the overflow of water and was easily identifiable by Janice. We found that Janice was able to water the plants with much greater ease when a larger funnel was attached, and thought it would be most beneficial for Janice and the other employees if we used this one. Further improvements to our device would be to have the funnel brightly colored to make it even easier to see.
Our main goal in our assistive device design was to increase Janice's independence and increase her efficiency. By allowing Janice to complete the job independently, other employees would be able to perform this task successfully as well as Janice. When considering possible designs, we wanted to consider many possibilities but focused on allowing the workers to become more independent.
We would also like to have the funnel more tightly secured to the pot to prevent any movement, as Janice suggested herself. The uniqueness of our device is that we focus on making it not only easy to see and use, but specific to the needs of Janice and other employees at the Scott Key Center, in order to make their lives easier and their careers extend even further. To make sure we did exactly this, we then asked Janice what she thought about our device.
How do you like the new device?
I think it works very well compared, with the hose and such, because the hose does not work as good.
Really?
And with this, it's going to be a lot more easier for us.
Okay, I got you. Is there anything you would want us to do to improve the funnel?
Well, maybe if it would just go in and not move around as much, it would just stay in one place.
Okay, cool.
But they work very, very well. I have no complaints with them.
Do you think it's easier than the other way
Yes.
to do it? Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
because the other way around was a lot harder because Tammy would take one off and then do that one and then put it back and then we would have to go back there. But with these, it would be a lot easier.
Okay, cool.
All year round for poinsettias or whatever else we have.
All right. Thank you so much.
Overall, Janice was very satisfied with the device and was pleased with how much easier it made her job because she could now do it by herself. With this result, we hope to see our device assisting not only Janice but other employees at the Scott Key Center.